I'm often asked this question as a trial attorney that practices in the criminal bar here in state court and federal court and tribal court. I'm often asked by folks that need an attorney, and by family members as well, should I go with a public defender or should I hire a private attorney? This is a question that will live in infamy amongst folks that are being charged with crimes. Do I go with this public defender guy or do I spend the money and get me a private attorney? Because there are some constitutional protections for folks that are being charged with crimes. You hear them given to you. You have a right to talk to an attorney and have one being present with you while you're being questioned. If you can't afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you at no cost to you. This is a constitutional right that is guaranteed to folks. However, the question becomes, do I like this guy that's been assigned to me or this lawyer that has been assigned to me? Because while you do have a right to an attorney, you don't have a right to an attorney of your choice. You have a right to an attorney that the court or the judge assigns to you. And so with that being said, it oftentimes put defendants in a place to where, do I like this public defender or should I get a private attorney? And here's some things that you must consider. First of all, let me clear up a rumor, a myth. And I want to say it very clearly. All public defenders are not bad attorneys. Okay, I want to be clear about that. I'm not a public defender, but I want to say to my brother and sister attorneys on their behalf, all of them are not bad attorneys. In fact, there are a lot of fine public defenders out there. And let me say contrarily, all private attorneys are not good. There are some horrible private attorneys, and the reason why they are private attorneys is because they couldn't get a job somewhere else because the quality of their work is less than remarkable. But what is true normally about most public defenders is that they do have high caseloads. They do have a lot of entanglements and whatnot in the court that shouldn't play a role in their decision-making process, but sometimes does play a role in their decision-making process. And again, from an economic perspective, it's sad to say, but the pay ain't all that great all of that time, and they're only going to get a certain amount of money if they're contract. And so are they going to spend the time and the resources necessary to properly litigate your case? However, that does not mean that they are a bad attorney. So with that being said, private attorney or public defender, what should I consider? Well, here's what you should consider. Number one, what is at stake? What am I being charged with? How much time could I face if I'm convicted? Is this a murder case or is this a shoplifting case? Is this a misdemeanor? Is this a felony? What is at stake and what's the quality of representation that I need? Do I need a team of attorneys that are private, that have control over resources, or can this case stand with a public defender? How detailed the case is. Again, if this is a shoplifting case, I got caught stealing bubble gum at Walmart, or am I being charged with some complicated murder charge or rape or drug trafficking charge? What resources can I come up with to pay for a private attorney? Because it's not free. They can't take the case on contingency. It's against the ethics rules. You got to pay sometimes, and I've seen folks do several things: borrow from family members, get title loans on cars or whatever. I've seen people do all kind of stuff to pay for it because they want private representation. If it's going to require experts, if it's going to require private investigators, all of the things that are going to be necessary to get you a positive outcome about your case. How do you feel about the attorney, be it the public defender or the private attorney? Do I got a good feeling about this guy? If you got a funny feeling about this guy and you can go to jail for 15 years, run. He might be a good attorney, but if you don't have a good feeling about him, you're not going to be confident with the outcome, and you're not going to be pleased, especially if things doesn't go the way you want it to go. And one of the big things I always ask, and one thing I'm privileged to do, being a managing partner here, do I believe in the case? Does the attorney believe in the case? Do I really believe that this case can be adjudicated on the merits and that we can get a good outcome, hopefully, on behalf of the client? These are things that you must consider. You must talk with your family about, talk with your friends about, talk with that attorney about, be he the public defender or the private attorney. Of course, we offer a private representation for criminal clients. People ask, do we do payment plans? Absolutely. We work with every client that comes to the door because every client is different and every client's case is different. The facts of the case is different. So contact our office. We can talk to you more about your criminal matters, or there are other fine attorneys out there. You contact somebody, but talk to them about your criminal case early on so that we can get you the best possible outcome.